Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Today's topic, decisiveness, or the opposite, which is indecisiveness. I am going to talk about why indecisiveness is the real reason why most tech managers fail to upgrade their careers. So I talk a lot about making sure that you're not just getting addicted to information, that you're not just, reading articles, going on Quora, going on Slack, or even just attending workshops and possibly even spending some of your hard-earned money to go to a conference where you're just inundated with information with no support and accountability and systems and strategies to actually take action to help you be the leader that you know that you're capable of being, to help you to upgrade your career. If we get addicted to that information, that's definitely one reason why a lot of tech managers can't get unstuck from this career hamster wheel. Why can't I get that upward momentum? But when I sat down and thought about it, that's actually not at the heart of why most tech managers fail to really get to that next level. At the heart of it is indecisiveness, failure to make a decision about your career. And at a more micro level, about your team, about what you're going to do today at work, about how you're going to respond to this crisis, about how do we go with path A or path B? Do we stay or do we go? That's actually a big career-related question that a lot of folks, everyone, not just tech folks in the technical space, but everyone, do I stay at this organization and make it work and level up here, or do I go on the job market and move on? It all has to start with the decision, because without the decision, then nothing else happens. And so maybe you've experienced this before, and trust me, I've done it too. We're human, we're flawed, right? But are we going to let our flaws define us, or are we going to learn from them and say, you know what? I'm not ever going to do that again because that was stupid, right? I'm not going to do that. That was not effective action because I didn't take any action at all. So what happens sometimes is that and so I'll use the example of going on the job market because this comes up quite a lot, but it can be applied to a lot of other situations too. I talk with people a lot who are like, I need to leave. And I'm trying, like they realize, I need to leave this terrible job. It's a terrible culture. My boss is a bully and I can't take it anymore. I need to leave. And so then, I'm talking with recruiters and I'm talking to friends and it's just not working. Like I'm not able to get any interviews, or I go on interviews and I'm not getting any offers. And I don't get any callbacks and just radio silence. And I'm on the job market, but it's not working. And then I ask the question, on the scale of 1 to 10, how much are you really on the job market? 1, I'm just kind of dabbling, like looking for opportunities, but I'm not really sure. Versus a 10, I am on the job market. I am doing this. I am taking ownership of this, full speed ahead. Which one are you? Where are you on that scale? Maybe like a 5, maybe a 6, possibly a 7, possibly more like a 4. I'm not sure. Because you haven't decided that you are on the job market. Because you have not decided, I am leaving. And once you decide that and burn all the boats and leave any other plan Bs or plan Cs or plan Zs out, Not even a possibility, not even an option. Full speed ahead, I'm on the job market, I'm doing this, watch what happens. And then with the right strategies and systems and support, watch what happens there. But if you haven't decided, it's not going to happen. You're not going to take intelligent action. And so look, I firmly believe that intelligent action, inspired action, is always better than inaction. Intelligent and inspired being the key words here. So sometimes people say, oh, well, sometimes it's better to wait because we're not sure what to do. If we hit the go button, something might break. It might be too early. We're not sure if we should release this yet, even though it has a few bugs, because what's going to happen? We might lose money. If you're working in software, if you're working in hardware, it's a harder decision, right? Because you spend all of that money and that time building something, and if you hit the go button too early, there are money concerns, safety concerns, absolutely. And so there's that decision: do we hit the go button or do we fix a few more bugs? For example, before we go. And so look, I'm not talking about being stupid, right? That some people say, oh, well, I think that it's people just take action and then they don't think about it. That's stupidity, right? I'm not talking about that, right? So don't confuse stupidity with decisiveness. They are different. Okay, let's just make sure that's absolutely clear here. You're not just going to shoot from the hip and say, oh, yeah, let's just go do this, and blinders on, okay, go, not going to watch, No. You're going to look at the data, and you're going to see, okay, what data do I have? What information do I have? What experience do I have? And based on what I know and what I feel, yes, too, inspired action is extremely important. You got to put the two together, though. Right? You can't just take intelligent action and you stay all up in here. Because what happens when we stay all up in here is we fall into analysis paralysis. We fall into making our pro-con lists. What are the benefits of doing this? What are the benefits of not doing this? What are the positive consequences? What are potential negative consequences? And what is going to be the plan A and the plan B and the plan C if this happens and that happens and the other thing? And you fall into this death spiral of indecision. But yes, you still want to look at the data. Use your brain to help you think critically about the situation. And then on the flip side of it, it can't just be inspired action, alone, where it's just like, all right, I don't know, I'm not even gonna look at the data, but I'm just gonna go with what my gut tells me to do. My gut, I'm not sure, but my gut is kind of saying go, 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 so I'm gonna hit go. No, it's a balance between the two. You know that it's right based on the data, and you feel that it's right based on your experience, because you're an experienced leader, and you go and you do it. And your heart, by the way, that gut, is actually what's going to help you take that action, because your head is just going to want to, danger, danger, Will Robinson, there's a saber-toothed tiger over there, no, retreat, retreat. You stay in your head all the time. So it's intelligent, inspired action. That's always better than inaction. And the way to get what comes before intelligent, inspired action is the decision to do it and owning it. I am 100% in. We're going to hit the go button. And you never have 100% of the data, by the way. Never. So if you're waiting to get 100% of the data, or even 99% of the data, or whatever, something close to that, you're going to be waiting forever, and you're going to be stuck in inaction forever. Whether it's about that decision, whether or not to move forward with that project, or whether it's the decision to move forward with your career and advance those conversations so that you can get paid what you're worth, so that you can get recognized for the work that you're doing, so that you can finally get that promotion. So that decision has to come first, and owning it and saying, I'm going to do this. That's why indecisiveness is really the real reason why, based on the hundreds I stopped counting at 300, and this was like a year ago. Hundreds of technical managers that we have served and that we have talked to help them really figure out what are the next steps to move forward in your career. What needs to happen, mapping out a strategy for them. In a lot of those cases, helping them to implement that strategy and being there for them every single step of the way. So I want to give you a couple of examples because I think that there is this tendency, especially if you know that indecisiveness is what's keeping you back and you're ready to claim that decisiveness, but you're just not sure how because you've conditioned yourself into this indecisiveness. But let me just tell you this, all it takes, everybody has decisiveness, right? It's not like it's a personality trait, right? It's not like you're born with it, and if you're not, oh well, shit out of luck. No, decisiveness is something that we can all tap into. We're all capable of doing it. And I challenge you right now, if you're like, oh, I'm indecisive. I can't even think of a time that I've ever been decisive. I challenge you right now. List 3 times when you have been decisive and doing that, making a quick decision, looking at the data, going with your gut, your head and your heart, doing that, moving forward. List 3 times that you've done that and then it's been helpful to you and that it resulted in a positive outcome. And you know what? Sometimes that positive outcome is we learned. I learned something about myself. I learned something about my team. I learned something about the world. I got the chance to grow. So the other thing that I wanted to add to this is sometimes, yes, the decision, and this gets to the examples I wanted to give, sometimes the decision is collect more data. That's still a decision. You're not stuck in inaction. So if that's the decision, great, own it. Collect more data and make the promise to yourself when you collect X amount of data in X form, you're going to look at the data and then you're going to make a decision. That you're not just going to stay in this endless data collection loop. But sometimes, legitimately, the decision is to collect more data. And so sometimes that can feel like inaction, but it's not, as long as you know that that's just a temporary waypoint on the way toward action, collecting more data. So as an example of something that I just recently experienced in my business is that we're trying out some new stuff in our marketing funnel. We've tweaked some things to see if it works better. And so I ran it for a couple of weeks. I looked at the data. I was like, do I keep it this way? Or do I change it to something? Do I go back to the old way? Was the old way actually better? And I looked at it and I looked at it and I looked at it, and I actually started to get a little bit frustrated with it because I'm like, oh man, I am, because of who I am and because of how I've been conditioned and because as a business owner, decisiveness is required. You're never going to build a business if you can't. I wanted to make that decision, but like something was holding me back. Like I couldn't just say, keep it or ditch it. And I looked at it again, like, you know what? We need more data. We need to collect more data. So that was the decision, is we're going to collect data for another 2 weeks. And then after that month of data, we're going to look at it. And then we're going to make a decision. Do we keep the new way or do we go back to the old way? And of course, I made that promise to myself that I'm not just going to keep doing it because it's easier and I don't want to have to switch everything back or whatever, because it's more work. No, I'm going to make the decision based on the data. And so this happens a lot when we're kind of faced with, what do I do? Especially if you want to claim that decisiveness and you know that that's what's going to help you to move forward, is action taking is what's going to help you to move forward. But there's that like, oh, I'm just not sure. And if you look at the data, and the data is not giving you a compelling reason to move forward or not, collect more data, collect better data, right? That's action, right? So as another example of this, we help a number of our clients to build essentially systems for networking. whether it's they're wanting to, they've made the decision to go on the job market and they know they need to network, so they can network effectively. And so they can get connected with decision makers. And so they can build allies who know and like and trust them. We're going to help them get positive results, which is interviews, and eventually land that job, their dream job. Or it's networking if it's internal, right? So if you're wanting to get a promotion, wanting to get recognized for the work that you're already doing, wanting to get recognized for the work that you will do, there's also networking involved, building allies, moving conversations forward so that you can get your boss and your boss's boss and all the folks in the C-suite and the senior leaders to see, oh, wow, yeah, this person is badass and here's the evidence of it. And so we've helped a lot of our clients build these networking systems, which, by the way, are essentially marketing systems, right? So if you don't see that connection, I hope that you can. It's a powerful, powerful distinction there, that in order to upgrade your career, marketing is required. And so what we do is we help you to apply, so the stuff that we've used, the marketing concepts that we have learned to build our business to 6 figures in 2 years and now beyond, to build this successful business, which, by the way, most solopreneurs, which is essentially what we are, I mean, you can call it a dualpreneur because it's Rob and I, and then we have a small team, but most businesses of that size never get to 6 figures a year. Never. Like, they're happy if they get 20K, 30K, maybe 50K in revenue. So we were able to do that through some powerful strategies and systems, including powerful marketing. And so we take that business knowledge and that marketing systems, and we help you apply it so that you can market yourself in your career. And so we've helped a number of our clients do that. And so in one example, there's a client of ours who was on the job market, and it was a pretty tricky situation because she was moving to a city that she had no contacts in. It was through a variety of different situations, which I won't go into. I'm going to share a case study soon, like the full case study. But essentially what it was she's moving to this new city, no contacts. So she had to really build a powerful networking system to be able to develop those contacts in this new city so that she could then land interviews and eventually land the job. And so very early on, she was doing we helped her build this system, just basically a system for having a series of conversations with people that would then lead to job interviews. And she came to us, she was like, yeah, I'm reaching out to a whole bunch of people, and for some of it's working, for some of it's not. And we took a look at the data, and she's like, do I keep doing this? Or maybe I should tweak some things. And we took a look at it and we said, you know what, there's not enough data yet. We don't know if it's working yet. So go ahead, keep doing what you're doing for another week, and then report back and we'll take a look. And so that's what she did. And in the meantime, she was creating some great contacts. She wasn't wasting any time. She wasn't wasting any money or anything in the process. She was still making connections with people. And so then she came back a week later, and when we looked at it again, it was clear that her follow-up strategy needed some tweaking, that she wasn't following up enough with people who said that they would get back to her, but then never did. So then it was like, that's what's missing now that we can see a bigger picture of the data. And then once we were able to, give her some templates and give her some strategies for following up with people, then that actually made a pretty big difference in terms of her making even more connections and on and on and on from there. And yes, she eventually did. She did land a job, and it was awesome, in a city that she had never, that she didn't really know anybody in. So sometimes that's a decision, is to collect more data. But look, what's better? Let's boil this down. What's better, action or inaction? The answer is always action. Doing something, because there is no standing still in life. Absolutely none. If you are stuck in inaction, I don't know, I'm not sure what to do, I'm just going to stay here making my pro-con lists and collecting more data and watching more videos and talking with people, and don't even get me started. I started in the world of academia where the answer to every question was, let's form another committee. Oh, and we need to form a subcommittee of that committee to look at the data even more. And now we need a subcommittee of the subcommittee, and who wants to chair this subcommittee so that we can figure out what the pissed me off then and still pisses me off now. That is not the answer. The answer is to make a decision and to move forward. Action is always better than inaction. Sometimes that action is collecting more data. That's fine. Sometimes that action is having another conversation. That's fine too. The action doesn't always have to be hitting the go button and crossing your fingers and hoping that it works. No. So if you're ready to really claim your decisiveness and to not fall into analysis paralysis, and you know that you can do it, you need the support. And having a system, having a proven system that you know is going to work, that you know is going to help you get that promotion, that you know is going to help you land that OMG job. Oh my God, oh my God, $200,000 a year, that seems like a crazy number. No, I can never make that amount, but you know what? I want to do this. And when you look back and you see, wow, this has worked for hundreds of other people just like me, and I'm ready to do that, and that having the support to do that is what gives you the confidence to say, I'm in, I'm ready to take action, then go ahead and book a call with our team, thepeoplestack.com/talk. So we're going to talk about where you are right now in your career and where you want to go. And if indecisiveness is a piece of this, we will absolutely address it. And as long as you're ready to claim that decisiveness, then we might be able to help you. It's not the end-all be-all. There are other requirements, right, in order to determine whether or not it's a fit for us to work together from our end and from your end too. But if we can help you get there and you're ready to claim that decisiveness, then we're going to talk about what it would look like to work together. But maybe you're not quite ready to claim that decisiveness and you're not there yet. And we're going to honor that. This is not about, you got to be decisive, you got to be decisive. Oh, okay. No, that's not going to work, right? But even if the purpose of the conversation is for you to have an aha moment, possibly even a breakthrough where it's, oh, I have to make a decision. Okay. Yeah. I've been failing to make this decision. I've been failing to make this decision for 5 years, for 10 years. Sometimes that's all that's necessary. And then you take a step back. And then if you're ready to move forward, we can help you. If you're not ready to make the decision yet, you figure out what needs to happen. And we'll help you figure that out, what needs to happen in order for you to make that decision. We'll be there to guide you, to coach you through it. So no matter what, whether it's a fit or not, whether you're ready to claim that decisiveness or you're just not really sure, but you know one thing, you're sick and tired of not getting recognized at work. You know that you are capable of way more. You know that you are capable of commanding a premium salary of at least $200K a year. You know that you can get that promotion. And you have big dreams and you want to get there. If you have that in your heart and you know that you can do this, you're not sure how, go ahead, book a call with our team, thepeoplestack.com/talk. All right, that's it for the day, folks. Claim that decisiveness. That is the message of the day. And you can argue with me as much as you want that there are times when people try to argue that indecisiveness can sometimes actually be helpful. You know what? If you want to argue for that, that's your prerogative. That's fine. I'll let you argue for that. But I'm not going to fuel that fire. Because you're going to stay stuck if you want to keep arguing that indecisiveness is actually helpful. You can be true, you can be right either way. If you want to be right, that indecisiveness helps, sure, go ahead. Go ahead, see where it gets you. But if you're ready to say, you know what, decisiveness, I'm ready to do it. I am ready to claim that and to remember all the times that I've been decisive and it's helped me. In one way or another, it's helped me. Then it's absolutely a fit. And that I will give fuel to that fire, because that's how you're going to get unstuck. All right. That's it. I think I'm gonna step off my soapbox of decisiveness for now and leave you with that. So I will talk with you again on Friday. Take care, folks. I can't stop it. There's no stop button. The stop button disappeared. It really doesn't want me to stop this. Let's see here. Again, I just need to close the window. I hope it recorded.